Hello and welcome to Word 52. This is Pastor Tim and this is week 30, where we are memorizing a passage of Scripture every week. And today's passage comes from Lamentations chapter 3, verses 22 and 23, where the Word says, "Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for His compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." Reminds me of a story of the great George Mueller, the missionary and a man who cared for many children who didn't have homes in Great Britain. There was one morning where all of the children were getting ready for breakfast. The plates and the cups and the utensils were ready, but there was no food. But he stopped to pray, and all of the children prayed with him. And immediately there was a knock on the door, and it was the baker who said, "The Lord woke me up at 2 a.m. and said, 'You need to bake bread for Mr. Mueller's children this morning.'" And there was bread. A little bit later, there was another knock on the door, and the man who ran the dairy, his cart broke down in front of the orphanage, and he wanted to fix his cart, but he needed to unload his milk, and so he gave all of the milk to the orphanage that day. What am I trying to say through all this? I'm trying to tell you today that we have mercies from God that are new every morning. You may not see them. You may not understand that God may be in the process of providing them. But if you're depending on Him, God will minister to you and give you what you need for that day. Don't worry about the fact that there may be lack around you or problems around you. God's mercy and love is still at work, and because of that, you're not going to be overtaken. God is compassionate, and He will provide for you. So today's word comes from Lamentations 3, 22 and 23, and it says, "Because of the Lord's great love, we're not consumed, for His compassions never fail, and they're new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." This was written by people who had been through great turmoil, but they knew the faithfulness and love of God. So that's your word today from the book of Lamentations, chapter 3. And this has been Word 52, and we'll see you next week. God bless you. I hope you have a fantastic week.